Hello friends, welcome to another edition of We Can Grow Mondays. It's me, Myron, your host, and our good friend, Farmer Cliff from the Let It Grow Foundation.
Hello everyone.
Cliff, so nice to be back here with you on this sunny morning.
Beautiful day to be in the garden.
Lovely.
Myron, today, you know what we're going to do?
Tell me.
We're going to talk about the hail.
The hail.
Hail damage.
Okay, so the rain came and we all love the rain.
Love the rain.
But with the rain comes...
in certain areas we're going to get hail.
Exactly.
And it looks like this season will be
a haily season.
A haily season.
So did you get some chaos down there?
Yeah, we got some chaos down there, but and up here we're right in front of our first bed where we're going to start.
Right.
And well, let's go and have a look.
Fun fact of the day: tulbachia, which is a wild garlic, is an indigenous herb. It can be used in cooking. We use it in our garden to repel insects.
So as we're noticing, here we've planted a bed of Swiss chard and we've got a lovely shade cloth above it, and when the hail came it didn't get affected. So shade cloth protects it from the hail.
This is a lovely bed.
Myron, this is the bed that we worked on 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We had already amended the soil.
We
had put down the mulch.
Got the mulch.
Made the nests.
Little nests.
We planted the seedlings.
Planted the seedlings from seed that you grew.
That's right, we grew it together.
Oh, we grew that together.
Yeah. So this is all that we did over the period from as it started to warm up. Okay, now that we've planted out, now the rains have come. And then from here, I want to show you a few things. We have our companion plants, our perennials up there, geranium, wild garlic. Nasturtiums are coming out. And you'll notice that these are looking quite good.
Yeah.
The rains came, the hail came, and these didn't get damaged.
And they didn't get damaged at all.
Why?
Must be the net.
That's it.
A net.
A net. It becomes very, very handy
to have a net.
Yeah, this is a shade net. It allows 60% of the light through. It shades off 40%. We haven't found that the different colors make such a difference. You can get them in black and white and green.
And this is not so much for the birds as it is for the hail.
Correct. It's the hail and the sun. Sometimes it's a little bit too harsh. We find, especially with Swiss chard, it works perfectly with Swiss chard.
And then just tell us a little bit about the companion, so people who haven't maybe heard before, they can just understand companion planting.
Sure, we use the companions to either attack insects or repel insects. You know, you can see from behind here we've got a perennial basil, lovely scent. Smell that.
So we need these companions plants. The companion plants then will
rose geranium. Smell that.
Yeah, amazing. They then bring the insects, the beneficial insects, or they chase the bad. You know, or they chase the insects you don't want here.
Exactly.
So you always have to have your companions generally on the corners.
Pretty much on the corners.
On the corners and around.
Yeah, exactly. So that you still use your majority of your grow space for your produce.
And this is then Swiss chard mainly. It's your colour.
Yeah.
Swiss chard, spinach, as people know.
So when we get hit by hail, we get this terrible feeling when we see these clouds coming that something's going to happen.
Yes.
Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. So those seedlings didn't get hit by hail because of the shade net. These ones did.
Yeah.
So now you can have a look at the damage on what's happening.
Big holes through all of that.
Yeah, exactly. It all makes a mark.
Makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. So there's couple of things that people do. Either they trim off the dead leaves, or they leave them on and then trim them off. We like to trim them off. So I'm just going to show you what we do. We go around from the outside and just trim off all the hail hit leaves. Okay. Of course.
Would you start eating these straight away, or they're too early to?
Well, no, you can eat these leaves that you're trimming off. You can. Obviously they have been hit by hail, so it's not the best. The plant is busy getting rid of them. So normally we wouldn't harvest that much, but and leave such a little bit of the growth tip growing. But after hail we do. So we trim out like that. Then we give it a little bit of a top feed with some compost or organic feed that you might have, and that'll bounce back within 3 weeks.
So you don't really want to
leave these broken leaves for because then the plant's wasting its energy.
Trying to kill them off. Exactly.
The plant will kill itself.
Well, yeah, it'll get rid of these leaves.
It will stop feeding it.
It'll stop feeding it and it'll die off, but it takes energy to do that.
Yeah. So it doesn't.
So we're just trying to help it along.
So rather put the energy into growing food.
It's growing into its next generation of leaves. So you'll see what I'll do here. Let's just take all that off and just leave that there.
Yeah, I get you.
So there's two. Normally that would be a very extreme way of harvesting your spinach.
Right.
But in these circumstances, hopefully we don't get hit by hail again.
And I see you got a volunteer over here, Mr. Carl.
Carl, thank you very much. Wonderful. You're going to carry on doing that.
I'd love to do that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's all about the actual doing.
You ever came with the right, branded volunteer, lovely.
There you go.
And enjoy your, shall I give you these?
I would love for you to give me those. And obviously, like in terms of the pruning exercise, what you would do on a weekly basis by taking the leaves from the outside.
Correct.
Obviously, we doing a bit more of the savage
Yeah, a
pruning
little bit
now,
more extreme today.
but it's serving the same purpose.
Is when I cook these leaves. You remember in winter I found that there was a little hack to make your kale easier to work with, when it cooks to break down, to get softer basically, because kale's quite hard. So in winter we learned that you squeeze it like you're kneading dough when it's in a bowl of water. You need the leaves. You need the leaves. So I decided to do that the other day, and I kneaded the leaves of the Swiss chard, or the spinach, and it worked.
Okay.
It became nice and broken up and soft, just like that.
Let's quickly have a little taste and see if it tastes normal. Yeah, you can already see. You can already taste.
Taste it. Okay, so as soon as it gets hit,
you can already start tasting it. Just starts to change. But I mean, we love vegetables. Okay, so I'm asking you, because we saw it at the green side as well in Santon, for when you invented the bed, you left one side mulched and one side open.
yeah, Myron. So here we were just showing the different technique. So here we were using leaves because people were saying they didn't have straw. So here we're using just dried leaves. And if you notice over here, this is from where we have the dried leaves to the area that we don't have dried leaves.
Yeah.
So here the soil is much moister.
Yeah.
Much moisture. It keeps the moisture in.
Yeah.
And also you'll notice that there aren't a lot of these other little weeds that are coming up.
Right.
So this is a beetroot that we planted. This is a Swiss chard that we planted.
Okay.
And the two differences with the mulch.
Right.
So you can use dry leaves. You could use straw. There are many things that you can use.
So basically what we're talking about now is that we got to now, we're learning from you here, and we're going to go back and we're going to plant the new bed in Pretoria.
Exactly.
That's waiting, and we're going to combine the perennials and the annuals.
Basically, it's all about doing it yourself.
Right.
So everybody at home can do this themselves.
And
just like you're going to be doing it.
And we're going to do it ourselves, and we're going to show you what we do. So it's not just about us learning from these guys and they do it, but we're going to do it all ourselves.
Onions that we have been growing.
Yeah.
Some of them are even flowering, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is this is going to be for your edging that you do at your beds, wherever it is at your stores.
So let's talk about the Pretoria. We got like one nice big bed.
Right.
So
we're going to take some of these spring onions.
we're going to edge.
Yeah, we're going to take them, probably separate them down to two or three bulbs.
Right.
Okay. We like to just trim the roots off. We don't want to have such long roots. Reason being, when you plant them, so you trim off about a centimeter or two of roots. Because if you have the roots, when you plant roots like that into a hole, usually the roots end up sticking the wrong way.
Gotcha.
So we like to trim off the roots.
Trim the roots down.
Yeah, and if you hold that, you trim it down to 2 or 3 little stalks, and then you plant like that. So we take off the tops because that's what we use in our cooking. Spring onion, and there it is. That's what you plant.
And then we're going to go like double as long.
Exactly.
Normal planting procedure.
Exactly.
And then we're going to edge as much as possible.
Yeah, as much as you want. You like to build up a nice little. It's like a little hedge of spring onion, which of course you'll use and
absolutely
use it to chase away insects.
So would this be enough for that Pretoria
bed? Oh, I think so. We can always give you another bunch. There we go. Let's pull that one out.
Okay.
Leave our soil here in the ground.
Somewhere like that. Out it comes, check it out. We're going to put the spring onions along the boundaries to chase the insects off, then we're going to put some yarrow next, right?
Yeah, this is a perennial that's very, very handy, and we use it a lot in our compost. We use the leaves just like a comfrey, add it into our compost, and that helps our compost break down.
You actually must choose, like you got here, you got a, as you were telling me, you got a
look at this whole, exactly, look at this area right next to our bed. Yeah, look at this, Sam, right? We're going to have a look at this. So here's a tree tomato, here's a lot of winter flowers that had grown and all that sort of thing. A lot of insects hibernated here over winter, and now that it's spring and going into summer, they're already here, so the beneficial insects.
And the tree tomato, are we going to be getting that from you, or do we go and buy that from the nursery?
Oh, you can get it from here. We've grown quite a lot here.
Okay, cool.
You're welcome to have one. Thank you. Or two. The Tamarillo tree that we're going to be planting now.
And we have to take stock so we know what to do at our bed.
Exactly. Right. There we go. We're going to make a hole. So first of all, planting. Make sure you know this is going to grow up, and you can have a look at all the other ones over there. So you want to make sure that it's got enough space to grow.
Yeah.
And
to fight.
Exactly. Nothing wants to fight. You have a look. This is how big the pot is. You want to go twice as deep.
Twice as deep, twice as wide.
Exactly.
Well, look at the colour of your soil. It's beautiful here, right?
Very nice.
Wow.
Nicely.
It's amazing how I've got to learn about soil colour, and then, you know, I always like to smell the soil, and that always shows us a lot.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, smell that.
Yeah, it smells really good.
Does it?
Yeah, unfortunately you can't get the smell on the camera, but you can smell the nutrients.
Myron, let's use some bone meal there. There we go.
Little handful,
yeah, there we go. Pop it in there, should be enough. So remember, we don't want to put the roots on the bone meal, so we mix it together.
Mix it in a little bit.
All right. Now, how do we get the pot and plant out?
So down.
That's it. Tap, little squeeze, little tap. Thank you very much. Right, here's a little tickle, Myron. You can see how the roots have gone. We could. Well, I'm going to tickle.
You're going to tickle.
I'm going to tickle.
I don't want to upset.
Let's just. We can remember this is the very gentle part. We don't want to break anything. We just want to let the plant know that it's free to go. Free to go.
Free to go.
All right. Now we pop it in there, and let's cover it. Thank you. Yeah, put the soil back.
The delicious black soil.
So this is soil that we've amended over 2 seasons.
Oh, I can see that.
It's just 2 seasons now, and it's starting to.
I mean, friends, you know, I knew nothing about soil a little while ago. I've been doing this for about a year now. Just amazing on how much you learn, and just really coming to monkey see, monkey do.
Here we make a little bowl, so that when we water, the water goes into the
runs down.
Correct.
A little bit of a push down.
We've just done the push.
That?
Yeah, that should be enough. Yeah. All right, I'm going to give you a next hole up to you.
Thank you, sir.
So fun fact of the day, this is called barbanella. You'll probably identify this. It's prolific around Johannesburg. It grows on most pavements. It's got a very succulent leaf. Perfect example. It's very juicy. If you've got any form of like mosquito bite or open wound, it takes the itch away, and yeah, so cuts also quicker recovery.
In the lands, they call it, in the lands. So Myron, here we got hit by hail quite hard. We can see on this side we've already cleaned up quite nicely, but on this side you can see we've got quite devastating.
Being decimated, isn't it?
Decimated, correct, exactly.
Nice. Wow, look at this. Shame. Wow. So it's the same, hey?
So we're going to be cleaning out, but at the same time you can see all the grass that has come back into our beds. So we're going to be doing a bit of a clean out at the same time, pulling out all these little shoots of grass.
If one doesn't have a knife, can you just break this?
Best to have a knife.
Best to have a knife.
Or a thing, yeah, because these plants have been through a lot with the hail. We don't want to put them through more trauma. So it's just the whole idea of completing a task. Give yourself a section. You say, how am I ever going to do all of this? Give yourself a little bit to complete at a time. That's how you do it. You know the old saying, how to eat an elephant?
Yeah, one bite at a time.
Correct. That's how we do the garden.
Don't try to eat elephants, people.
No elephants. No. Here we have the compost. I think it's about 5 or 6 months later. We had already put this down on film in one of the previous episodes. Now you can see how it's really broken down so nicely. Over here, here's a nice side section. You can see when I do this, that's what you're looking for, a mineralized content of your compost. It's a bit wet from the rain, but otherwise it's all great looking. So if you look at this vine, you can see we did get hit by hail.
Yeah. Also good. We've got little holes in the leaves over there.
Oh yeah, the sunflowers, exactly.
So do we leave this now?
Yeah, I think with the sunflowers, because these are going to carry on growing. Look, the new leaves are already out and no
so
holes
don't worry
there.
too much about that.
Yeah.
About it, and it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So don't cry. Just do.
Very good.
There you go.
Very true. If you can, put up a shade net, 60% light through, 40% shade, and it would be a great help. But obviously you're going to work with a pitch, because sometimes when you get so much hail, it actually can collapse a structure.
So you can check it out. Exactly. Thank you, friends, for watching another episode of We Can Grow Mondays with myself, Myron, and
Cliff from the
Let It Grow Foundation. Myron from the green side. We really appreciate you taking your time out to watch our video. Please subscribe, share, and come down here and join us. Get your hands dirty, learn how to grow food, and you can take it home and grow your own food.
Thank you, Phil. Thanks, Myron.
It's been wonderful.
Yeah, good to have everyone here. Another good day.
Another good day. Thank you for teaching us all about hail and about what to do, and we'll show you some videos and some pictures of our new garden in Pretoria, which we look forward to putting.
Yeah, we'd like to see what you do there.
Fantastic.
Remember, Myron, there's no wrong way to grow food,
Right.
but there are better ways of growing food, and that's what we try to do here. Just show you some better ways.
That's exactly what it's all about. If you're going to do it as well as you can.